And people ask me, wow, geez, he looks like a young guy. I said, I would put his experience up against anybody. His experience, he's got over 10 years in government service, from the Assembly, from the Senate. Now, he was my chief of staff, but everything ran through Matt. Everything ran through Matt. So when I tell him, I talk every day, and I said, you know this stuff. It's all right here. You're gonna, you don't even, all it is a file, you're just gonna need to pull it, and it's there. The stuff, what you just did this week, the LWRP, the Local Waterfront Revitalization Program for Mohegan Lake. And now they want to try and, oh, gotcha. Are you kidding me? That wouldn't have even been thought about. Keep it up. Keep it up. There's so much more to come. The energy, I'll give anybody $100 if they can keep up with him. That's for sure. Because the energy is there. You're going to have a guy who's a workaholic. You're going to have a team that's with him who are workaholics. Between Tommy and Ed and Mary and Gary, you're going to see these guys all over the place. But it starts with leadership. And I know for a fact the leadership is in great hands having Matt Slater as our next leader and our next town supervisor. So folks, give it up for Matt Slater, our next town supervisor.
Wow. Thank you. You know, I wanted to go downstairs. They told me that we had too many people. I didn't believe them, but we have standing room only here, so it's pretty impressive. Thank you for everyone for coming out. Most people here know I'm a huge Mets fan. Right, Ree? Oh, hold on. Easy there, Ed. It's okay. But it seems fitting. It's okay, Chairman. It's okay. Let me finish. Here they go. They're already interrupting me. What do you know? But it seems only fitting that we're here on the dawn of a new season. Tomorrow, baseball is back. Tonight, we're all in first place. All in first place. And even the Yankee fans, Chairman, even the Yankee fans have to agree with my buddy, Tug McGraw. You gotta believe. Remember, you heard it here first. There's going to be a Subway Series in October. The Bronx Bombers, right, versus my amazing Mets. Heard it here first. If that doesn't work out,
who wins them?
We'll get there, don't worry. And if that doesn't work out, I can promise you one thing. There's going to be amazing things in store for Yorktown this fall. There's so many people I want to thank for being here tonight. It's, you know, when you're on this side of the podium and it's your name on that sticker, it's a big deal. It's a big difference. And you know, to have so many of my friends, so many of my family, so many people that I've learned from. Tommy Carey's here, Anthony's here, people that we've built relationships with over the last 5 years. It's just incredible to see everybody here, and I thank you. But first and foremost, my family. Kelly, Charlie, my mom, Nan, Aunt Jane, Uncle Steve. You know, my mom was actually the first person who encouraged me to run. We were in the car, and we were driving around. She was asking me who was running for what, and I said, yeah, I was still trying to think of a supervisor candidate. And she said, well, I got a guy, and he's sitting right next to me. And I said, well, who? Who's that guy? But she's always been very encouraging, and always told me to chase my dreams. But it really came down to Kelly. And so when things started picking up, you know, we had a conversation, and we agreed we were going to sleep on it. So we're going to go just think about it a little bit. We had Charlie. We might have another one on the way, right? We do. Number 2. We got 2 big days in the fall. November 5th is a pretty big day, but September 14th, mark your calendars. I'm going to be busy. I'm just letting you know now. More Oreos. More Oreos. So we said we were going to sleep on it, but I got to tell you, within 5 minutes, I remember exactly. I was standing in the kitchen. She came running right in. I don't have to sleep on anything. You're going to win, and we're going to do this. And here we are. We're doing this. To Senator Murphy, where are you? My friend, my mentor, my brother, and now his newest title, my campaign manager. No, in all honesty, listen, we've spent a tremendous amount of time together over the past 10 years. A tremendous amount of time. And I've learned so much from you. The board's in my way, but I've learned so much from you. He is big, but I can't see around the board. And I continue to learn so much from you. And it's great to see you, you know, half the Murphy clan's here, not 3/4 of them. Yeah. Your mom's here. I see my new bodyguard. Where'd Pat go? Pat's over here, my bodyguard. Sambo is like, oh, God help me. Oh, boy. I see Mr. and Mrs. O'Connell. I see Aaron and David. And I know Caroline is at home with Kean and Jack. Oh, there we go. And of course, we have my deputy campaign manager, future Yorktown Supervisor, future New York State Senator, Michaela Murphy. No, I'm already out nights and weekends knocking on doors. And when I tell folks that I served as Senator Murphy's chief of staff, the doors just swing wide open. I even had to turn down a few dinner offers already. But in all honesty, it's a true testament to you and to your amazing service, incredible sacrifice that you've made for our community, everybody in this room, and all of our families. So on behalf of everyone here, on behalf of my family, I just want to say thank you. You know, the senator, he was on a mission to save New York. And speaking of New York, the crisis continues. Here's the latest headlines. 41% of New Yorkers now believe they're going to be forced out of New York State in the next 5 years because it's too expensive. 41%. 67% are complaining about the business climate. Sadly, it's not hard to figure out why. Just look at the Amazon debacle. What kind of place says no to 25,000 good-paying jobs after the company says yes to bringing them here? Unfortunately, Yorktown's not much different. People who have lived here all their lives, or people who have just moved in, they say the same thing. Yorktown's just too expensive, and it's become unresponsive when it comes to meeting the needs of our families and our businesses. For starters, the tax burden is crushing us. I see a number of members of the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Grasso. We have our president, Sergio Esposito's here. Where's Sergio? He's still here? And we have the past president, Eric DiBartolo, I saw as well, which was great to see them. But time and again, the Chamber tells us that Yorktown has the lowest commercial tax base in Westchester County. Just 10%. The answer to our problem isn't more taxes. It's smart and responsible growth. Look no further than the Jefferson Valley Mall. A $60 million expansion halted because the current administration let the bureaucratic red tape strangle the plans. That's real dollars we lost. Real dollars that could have been invested in our infrastructure. Real dollars that could have expanded our services for our families, for our seniors. Real dollars that could have enriched our schools, and real dollars that could have eased our crushing tax burden. Frankly, there's no one to blame for this other than the current administration. I love this town. It has so much potential. And more importantly, it has amazing people. Just look around us. I got a table right over there. A bunch of my high school buddies. I've known some of these guys. Jesse, how long? Third grade? Third grade? We grew up here. Life took us on different paths, but all of our paths brought us right back to Yorktown. That's so special. There's something so special about that. And it's up to us to protect it. Because when our kids, when Charlie or baby Christopher or Margot, when they're on their paths of life, I want them to be able to come home to Yorktown and not be forced to go elsewhere. And not be forced to go elsewhere because there's no opportunity. So how do we do this? It starts with leadership. It starts with having a plan. Honestly, my opponent is about to finish his first term in office, and I still don't know what his plan is for our town. I don't. I heard Councilman Lackerman. I've got two of the best running mates anyone can ask for. You guys can stand up. I got Councilman Ed Lackerman and Councilman Tommy Diana. Can you guys just stand up for me real quick? These two guys, let's get a cheer for them. They are sitting in board meeting after board meeting, and they're just bewildered at the lack of progress.
No progress, Matt.
No progress. Together, the three of us, we're going to be the majority that embraces opportunity and kickstarts this town forward. Together. And with Mary Capocci in the town clerk's office, Mama Mary, and people like Michael Grace and Frank Catalina serving on the County Board of Legislators, we're going to restore common sense and respect back to government.
Amen.
My plan is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It starts with energy, enthusiasm, and action.
Action, baby.
Action. We need to actively engage the right opportunities that will improve our community. It's not the job of the supervisor to sit back and wait for good things to happen. We have to seize the moment, or we're going to continue to be left behind. It's time to be innovators. How many people have heard of IBM's Watson? You've heard it. Yeah, you've heard it. Who's seen it win Jeopardy? How many people know that Watson calls Yorktown home? Not many. Right? Watson calls Yorktown home. Local governments around the nation, and frankly the world, they're using modern technology to enhance services, make them more efficient and cost-effective. We need to cut through the red tape of an archaic town bureaucracy and introduce online portals and open data platforms that will allow residents to talk to Town Hall using their phones or tablets. Folks, it's the 21st century. And I'm sure during this speech, 4 of you, including Tim McCory over there, I'm sure 4 of you ordered something on Amazon. But as a community, we don't have the ability to electronically apply for our town pool pass. We can't report a pothole to the highway department. And we can't even electronically sign up for our town rec programs. Meanwhile, if you look all around Yorktown, all around it, all of our neighboring towns, they're already doing that. And if you look in Yorktown, even our local sports organizations, Charlie's playing soccer. How many weeks, buddy? 6 weeks? YYSC? Signed up online. They're already doing it. I firmly believe local government should be telling people how they can get things done, not why they can't. The technology is there. We just have to grab it and put it to work for Yorktown. The time is now. This election is about our families. It's not about partisan politics, but giving us all the opportunity to live here, to raise our families here, to work here, and to retire here. This election is about us. And together, we're going to write a new chapter for Yorktown.
Yeah, baby. Yep.
So again, I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, for this amazing support. It is so humbling. It's such an honor. It actually leaves me speechless to see so many great people here today. But now we have one mission, and that's win in November. So let's go do it.